All right, well, let's continue on with the 5150 refurb restoration process. Last week we left off, I managed to replace the capacitor here. If I could get it in view, hang on, there. Managed to replace the capacitor, check the power supply out, hooked up a VGA card, power on self-test, added some RAM, fixed some issues, and of course this PicoMem card here in order to test booting and things like that. Now, what I want to try and do is figure out what's wrong with the hard drive. Did a little bit of research. I got some ideas on what it could be, but obviously nothing's guaranteed. What I want to do is I'm going to leave the PicoMem card in so that I have something to boot from, and I want to add the MFM controller card in here and have the hard drive hooked up and just see if I can see anything. I mean, I know that the card's throwing up a 1701 error, but just because of the errors there doesn't mean that the drive isn't visible in DOS or there's no partition or anything like that. So I'm going to go ahead and we'll get the controller card plugged back in, get the drive connected, and let's see if we can see anything. First thing we're going to do, though, is get a little bit of deoxit on the pins and all of that, just in case there's some, oxidation on there. It doesn't look like it is, but you never know. We'll also get some on the... Oh, actually, there's a little bit of... see, some of it's shiny, some of it isn't. So I'm going to go ahead and definitely get some deoxit on these connectors here on the edge connector and maybe even spray some into the ISA slots. I know that this works and this works, but who knows? All right, let's go ahead. I'll have to refill this. All right, so I got the card installed in the third slot, because why not? I did go ahead and deoxit that part too. I also decided to switch the jumper on here. It was initially set to DS1, which, if I looked up the diagram correctly, that's what it's called. And this is DS2. There's also DS3 and DS4. And because this is using a twisted cable, apparently it's supposed to be on DS2 in this case. Or if it's labeled DS0, 1, 2, 3, then it will be DS1. But in this case, it'll be DS2. I'm not sure if that's correct or not, but we're going to try it anyway. So I'm going to go ahead and reposition the camera on the screen. We're going to power this on and see what happens. And furnace shut off, so it's going to be a little bit quieter in here, hopefully. Let's see. Might still get a 1701 error. There's reasons for that I will explain, but let's see what happens. So far, no errors. Not even a 1701, so it could have been just as simple as either dirty contacts or just a bad jumper setting. So, do I not have FDISK on here? That's probably correct. This is the DOS 622 disk, so let me reboot and boot off of that one. We don't want to do any setup right now. We do want to boot from the floppy. Current fixed drive 1, so that doesn't mean there's only one fixed drive available, which would maybe make sense. Yeah, that's the drive that I created for PicoMem, so it doesn't seem to see the second disk. But I'm not getting that 1701 error. Let's just escape. And I'm going to go into the PicoMem BIOS and switch back to the DOS 3 boot disk. Actually, first, I didn't set the path in AutoExec to DOS. I may already have. Oh yeah, I do already have the 3.1 FDISK there. That's fine. Do I have edit here? I should just install 6. But whoa, what's going on here? Control key got stuck. Oh, that's interesting. Adventures in retro computing. Just boot back into DOS 3. Yeah, so it's not seeing the drive at all. Error is gone, though. Let me go ahead and power it back down. I'm going to switch the jumper back to what it was originally, because maybe that was the correct option. And we'll go from there. We're going to boot back up. Taking longer this time. Oh, there's the 1701 error, so we're back to where we were. I wonder if I were to change the position of the cable itself. Still only sees one fixed disk. That's fine. Alright, let's boot up. Do have a flashing cursor. No 1701 error, so that's a good sign. Still only sees the PicoMem stuff. I wonder, though, if I remove the emulated hard drive, see what happens then. A little bit of flickering on camera. I apologize. I don't think I can do anything about that. Let's go back to DOS 3 and none. Let's turn that off, just in case. That's also conflicting, because at this point I just want to see if I can see the drive at all. All right, let's save and nothing. So we do have to have that up, which is weird because that option is supposed to be off for XT, but let's try again. Error reading fixed disk, so it's not able to see the drive. Is it an issue with the drive still, like I suspected initially, or is it the controller still? Controller's not throwing that 1701 error anymore, which is good. But do I have to even try maybe a low-level format just for the disk to even show up under FDISK? That I'm not sure. I'm not familiar enough with MFM drives, so... Alright, let's see if we can get this to do a low-level format or not. Oops. Would help if I typed it right. Bug. Do I not have the debug command? Probably don't on this basic install of DOS. Let's see if it'll work now. There we are. I hope this is the right command. How do I select a new drive? Let me see if I can figure that out. Alright, so I have disabled the PicoMem drive just in case I'm booting off of a virtual floppy. I have no idea if this is right or not. Let's see what happens. Current interleave is 3. I don't know what interleave to set this drive to, unfortunately. Guess I'll just leave 3. Sure, why not? Nothing done. So they did not find anything, or... I have no idea if anything happened or not. Probably not, considering it should have taken a little longer than a second. Yeah, that's what I thought. Alright, let's see here. I think these are correct. By virtually configuring. Let's say no. Let's see what happens. Oh, I hear it. Alright, well, we'll be back when it's done, hopefully. Alright, so as the furnace kicks in, this process could actually take a long time, so I'm going to go ahead and stop recording as to not drain the battery in the camera unnecessarily. And also because it's getting close to dinner time, and I'm getting hungry again, just like last time, so I'm going to go ahead and just let this be. I'll leave the power on, but I'll shut the lights off and everything. Hopefully nothing blows up, but if it does, oops. You want to format bad tracks? Well, yeah, why not? Oh god, I don't know where... Can I still read this? Let me go and put this information in. Based on the label, hopefully that's it. If there are any others, I don't have that information. Well, that was quicker than I was expecting. I was expecting it to take like hours and hours, but I guess not. Need to boot from floppy. Now, hey, look at that, it does see it. Let's go ahead and create an active partition. And then we just have to format. And transfer the system over, and then I'll see if it'll boot from the hard drive. Not sure how long this is going to take, so I'll just leave this for a while, and I believe it's a 40 meg hard drive, maybe a 50, I forget. But the 20 fake one that I created, the virtual one that I created, took a little bit of time, so... Yep. Or no, that's the cylinder that has the issue. So it's got to go through from 29 through 38, and then 319 through 323. So this will take some time. We'll be back. And as we can see, we're done. So I'm going to boot back into the Pico boot menu, disable the floppy disks, and see if we can boot straight from the hard drive. I know I don't have to, but I want to take out any factor, so... It's booting. What is today's date? Oh, that's right. I got to put the dashes in. What is it? And there we go. Nothing there, but I am strictly working off of the ST-251. Now, it doesn't mean that I'm not going to be using the Pico Mem because it offers all kinds of awesome expandability and functionality and everything. Plus, I next have to try and get the floppy drive working. I do have, it is a, what is in this box here? It's a IBM branded tandem drive. TM100-2A. I gotta get some capacitors ordered for it because I know that they can go bad. Gotta give it a cleaning, relubricate some of the moving parts, things like that. Fortunately, it does have the termination resistor on there, but I've got to get that going, and I'm going to need to use the Pico Mem to try and create floppy disks for it. I do have some new old stock disks available. Hopefully they work. I don't know if they even work or not, but the package was sealed, so I'm hoping that it does. But I'm going to use the Pico Mem to create these floppy disks and try and get this IBM 5150 as close to period accurate as possible for, testing purposes and just to mess around with and everything. I also do want to get the CGA card taken care of. I finally got the MCE to VGA adapter in, so we can try and we'll have to build it. It's assembly required, which is fine. I don't really care so much about that. It'll be a fun little project in the video. And I want to get the CGA card working, so I got to get capacitors ordered for that if I don't already have them. And then, of course, finish refurbishing the casing and everything and go from there. So, yay. Oh, sorry for the camera, but yay, we've got the hard drive working. Happy little hard drive over there. And that's how there is to it. So, that'll be it for this video. Hopefully this won't be too long. It took me a bit of time to get this working, but I'll edit it down. But we'll go ahead and wrap this up. And you guys have any questions, comments, or anything, leave them down below. Otherwise, thanks all. I'll catch you later.